we fade in on darkness. Corporal Kane, you're surrounded by it. The group therapy session you're in has taken a rather unusual turn. You feel nothing but the uncomfortable plastic that you're seated on. You're definitely startled when the lights go out, and I mean, what is your reaction to this? Calm? Panic?
I think just because he knows that these are, for the most part, people, he feels uneasy just because large groups just make him uncomfortable. But at the same time, he does have a gun on him. And so, like, push comes to shove, he knows these people are tied with the organization that's caused him a lot of distress in the past. And so I don't think he'll lose any sleep about adding a couple bodies onto his record.
Okay. I'm going to read that as calm. And because you are calm and you're quite composed, you do see in the darkness there are robed, masked figures. They are frantically moving from chair to chair, like they're switching spots in the circle. It's tough. There's a lot of moving identical figures, all wearing that same mask and robe as you are wearing now. It's tough to tell who's who. And after a moment, you feel like hands on the back of the chair behind you, and a voice, not really threatening or anything, but just sort of more just an instruction, kind of. It's your turn. Just across.
Kane's gonna, like, uncomfortably shuffle up and I guess move to... I'm assuming there's an empty chair for him to replace.
You would be correct in that assumption, yeah. You get up and you can see in the darkness there's an empty chair directly opposite you.
He's stepping on some toes on the way over. Oh, sorry.
Probably, yeah.
I can't move in this damn thing.
And you take a seat in the new spot, and once you do that, not 30 seconds later, the lights come back on. Everyone is seated once more. And I would love to sit here and tell you that that's where the weirdness ends, but the group begin to speak. Random members of this group begin to speak one by one. The voice is hard to make out, be they masculine or feminine voices, and you just hear they fire off almost like lines of dialogue, kind of one after the other. I saw my bottle last night. It was in a dream, but I know it's real. You find it and you open it and it tells you things. And you think dead people die? They don't. They live in places no one's looking. There's spaces where people aren't seeing, and that's where they all are, shoved in, still alive, still going, they're hiding. More voices. Not as panicked. Same level of incoherence to this seeming sort of stream of consciousness. I can't help but I see the mark everywhere. You know the symbol. It was on TV last night. All night on ABC. I don't know how they did that. You think someone would notice? And then a female voice. Has anybody else noticed the people on fire? I mean, people not screaming, just walking down the street with smoke pouring from their mouths and eyes. Is it just me? And then a voice directly next to you. And because it's the voice directly next to you, it's really the only reason you kind of can place it. The more you talk into a phone, the less words you have before you die. It eats those words, it spits them out, digested somewhere else. I never speak into telephones. My words are my own.
I feel like I'm in a mental institute right now. Is there any indication that like this is like a free spoken thing and that you're expected to kind of speak at any point?
People just appear to be randomly sharing their thoughts, so it wouldn't be out of place if you did.
Okay. Kane's gonna say something like completely out of pocket, but like it's his own experience because he's also kind of like these people, just they're spouting weird shit, but he's also like been through weird shit, so Kane's gonna like start just randomly talking about the night floors, you know, like I went to the rooftop and it led to a smoke lounge and I saw a man with a robot and I can't find her anywhere.
Roll a 1d4 for me.
Ooh, fun. Wait, what am I doing? That's a 4.
As you speak those words, you feel like a weight lift from your shoulders somewhat. You can regain 4 points of sanity.
This is better than therapy.
As you hear more and more of the random seeming confessions, you begin to suspect there are people in this circle that you perhaps know. You make a human roll for me.
Human and yeah. That's going to be an 8, so that's a success.
Okay. The figure... There's a figure sort of 3 down to your left. Sort of... Something in his body language. The slight tilt of the head when he says certain words. He's talking about a book that seems important to him, and it's important that when he makes a mistake that he eats that mistake, that it makes him feel better if he does. And if you didn't know any better, and if you hadn't disposed of his dead body not several hours previous, you could have sworn that's Dr. Barbas.
Oh god.
Make a sanity roll for me, please.
Yeah. It's a success for me right now.
No sanity loss, that's fine.
I'm trying to think if Kane has anything sharp on him right now. Not for the purpose that you're thinking of, but I feel like it would be Kane's knowledge to have a knife with him, but I feel like at the moment he didn't think of it. So
it's alright. Is there Anyone else? Do you want to listen? You can hear the words around you, but it would take focus to identify. So I'm going to give you the option as to whether you want to continue to do that or not.
Yeah, I want to specifically listen to anybody talking about a play. Anybody that's not the man that I assume to have a relation to Barbas or is identical to him.
Make another human roll for me, please.
Oh, that's a failure. That's an 80.
Random chatter about statues that can talk and one guy, and you only know it's a guy because he does refer to himself as such, speaking about one time he wasn't able to find where he lived on his way home from work. He just forgot not just the address or the street, but the city. He couldn't even remember the city that he lived in. He just wandered. Ended up in Europe, met some amazing people, saw a rather interesting play. But you can't place the voice.
Damn. I'm going to speak out a little bit louder, and Kane is just going to be like, we're all just actors. We're all just actors for the master's puppet play. And I'm his lead role. I'm nothing but a puppet for him, for the king, and see if I get any reactions.
Surely out on the street or in the queue at a coffee shop or in the library, this would probably garner some sort of response. But in this room, at this particular time, you are amongst company with comments like that. Make an alertness check for me, please.
Yeah. That's a failure. Sorry, that's a critical failure.
There's...
That was a 99.
Okay. Amongst the group, there's one that hasn't moved, hasn't spoken. A slight figure sitting somewhat perpendicular to you across the other side of the circle, and the mask at least is pointed in your direction and is just staring.
I'm gonna stare back at him. I'm gonna give him, like, he probably can't see me behind the mask, but I'm giving him the stank eye. I'm giving him the stare down. The
figure stands up and walks across the circle, and no one seems to pay any heed to this, to the figures standing directly in front of you. The slight figure leans in. Real close, so your mask is almost touching, and you just hear in your ear, "You failed. You couldn't find me. Daddy must have been so disappointed."
Oh.
The figure leans back up again and turns to cross the circle. Do you take any action at all?
I think Kane is just stunned right now. Like I think like he wants to kind of like stand up and follow her, but I think something is like telling him like don't stand up right now. Like his, the little voice in his head, just like now's not the time.
And as she crosses the circle, she walks past her seat, and at this point the others stand up. And the attendees begin to file out of the room. Someone from outside of the light that illuminates this circle, the corners of this room are quite dark, steps forward and just begins touching people on the shoulder, and they get up and leave one by one. Eventually you feel a hand on your shoulder, just lightly, and then lift off again.
Yeah, Kane will like stand up and begin to file out, I guess, following the group for now. Just seeing where this leads.
You file out, and as you leave the meeting room, head up those stairs. There's no one in front of you. The entrance is unmanned. You turn around to look back into that meeting room, which is now perfectly normally lit, fluorescent lighting. No chair circle. No occupants. You are entirely alone. You make a sanity check for me, please.
Yeah. That's a success.
Okay, it's fine. No sanity loss for you. At that point, you see a car peel into the car park to the Dorchester Church, and it's Desmond.
I do like a hard like power walk, like he's jogging almost in this like plastic robe like to the car right now.
Desmond sorry. Desmond sort of throws open the passenger door, doing that awkward lean all the way across, and sees you.
I thought that you were going to some sort of meeting. Was that a party city?
Fuck, no. Fuck. Fuck it. The mask. There was a bunch of them like it. There was a bunch of people like, from the night force. We saw them. We saw the folks with the silver plastic robes and with the mask before.
Yeah.
They were there. There was a bunch of people there dressed exactly like that. But there was they were talking about the mark and a bunch of crazy shit. Just the things that they've seen. I could have swore that I recognized Barbas there, but he.
We killed the living shit out of that guy.
I know. It's crazy. But he talked about the books and writing them and how they were important, and whenever he messed up, he would eat his mistakes. And Barbas had those fucking baby teeth or whatever. And
I'm pretty sure Eliza said something about him eating paper too.
yeah, I think
Kane, do you remember how we were really confused about who Abigail is?
yeah.
But then it was just Amanda the whole time. Do you think there's like a Barber or Farbus or something?
think Amanda was there.
I'm sorry, fucking what?
I spoke about the Night Force and the king in his play. And a woman came up to me. She was masked, but she matched her height, and I couldn't recognize the voice fully, but she said you failed to find me.
Shit. So, she knows. Well,
They're not there.
I
And it was
don't
like
know what.
it was a Night Force situation. I walked in there, and it was an entirely different space when I walked out.
So there's no chance of going in there and doing
No,
some investigation.
I thought I would have a chance to follow them. I fucking should have known.
Well, were you able to take anything?
No.
Anything physical?
No. There was nothing. There's nothing. There wasn't even like a sign-in sheet. There wasn't. They just said, "Put your robes on and head down the stairs to the left."
And you were all just saying weird shit. Just sort of spouting out about
There was
whatever horrible
everything.
Delta Green shit.
Everything had some sort of connection to the mark, or the play, or the book. Everything they said were all either consequences or events. Like, there was a man who said that he had forgotten where he lived and ended up in Europe somewhere, and he saw an interesting play, and I couldn't fucking find him either.
So, what we've learned here is that Barbus, maybe multiple Barbuses, or he really is hard to kill, and Amanda is knowledgeable of what we're doing to the point of maliciousness. So,
But Alsis killed Barbus, and to me, I feel as though Alsis might be or Steven, sorry, might be a little bit more powerful than Barbus. I don't know.
I really don't know. There's no scale of 1 to 10 for cosmic entities.
I don't know.
You think it's about time we headed back to see what Eliza's been cooking up on the laptop?
Yeah.
You look like you need some water and to sit down.
Yeah.
Get that damn mask off your face.
Oh shit! And he's like shuffling the fucking mask off. Still sitting in his plastic robes.
I bet it's so loud.
It's just crinkling.
Like a bag of chips.
Nothing but air in this bag.
Yeah, Desmond will begin to drive back, specifically going the speed limit to allow Kane to return to reality or whatever's happened to him. I'm going to fill him in on my sketchy-ass plan once we get to the hotel, and I can talk to Eliza as well.
Okay. The drive back, uneventful, particularly compared to what's happened to you all in the past 24 hours. And you arrive back at the motel.
I mean, yeah, I guess we have the key. We just walk in.
Yeah. Kane kind of just like shuffles aimlessly behind Desmond.
As the door opens, Eliza like whips around. She's like a gun in her hand, and she's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Precaution. One too many people have been breaking into our motel rooms. Put that down. You'd also see immediately one of the walls. Eliza has just started covering in like sticky notes of the things that she's been researching. It's very organized chaos. She has papers stacked everywhere. She's like pulled out evidence. She's like connecting things with red string. She's got a whole thing going on the wall. Kane, you look like hell. What happened?
Um, I think I just need to go lie down for a bit. But the meeting was unfruitful in terms of information.
Well,
Um,
sit down for a second. I have some things for both of you. You weren't gone long enough for me to make a whole PowerPoint, but I do have some notes. And she sort of points to a couple of names that she's put on the wall. She points to a photo of a woman. This is Ophelia Citri. She's in Las Vegas right now. Her last name, is connected to demonology. There's a demon called Citri, supposedly a beautiful woman who can seduce anyone. And her husband, Michael Whitwer, he was a FBI agent for quite some time. Now he's under investigation. So I was checking the databases, but all of his files are currently redacted. But do you remember that plane ticket we confiscated? Way back, 15 years ago. I wouldn't blame you if you forgot, but I still have it. The name, Michael Whitwer, that's the name of her current partner. And that was also the name on this plane ticket. And this just happened like a month ago, so it's possible that Michael Whitwer was just in Las Vegas and he's involved in this whole case somehow. It's too bad we weren't a few days earlier, or maybe we could have picked him up at the airport.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lead we can check out.
And Citri's also the contact on that blue phone, right?
Yeah. Which
Might go to this woman.
have we tried calling it again after charging it?
That phone, I just ordered the charger off of Amazon.
Nondescript online marketing.
Oh, whoops. I just ordered the charger online. Yeah.
Nice.
Recovery. No. I just ordered the charger online, so hopefully it's like same day shipping. Hopefully it'll be here today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Desmond, did you said we have an appointment with the doctor for a night tour?
Yeah, that's the idea. But I wouldn't so much call it a night tour as we are going to arrive at the expected time once everybody's gone, and I'm going to tranquilize these assholes, and we're going to do what we need to and get out. And none of them are going to die.
Yeah.
And
I glare at Kane.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have we decided what we're going to do with those books?
Right now, all I want to do is somehow remove the ways to the night floors from this earth, this realm, I don't know. So,
Hmm.
we know Dorchester House is almost certainly a spot. I don't know what we're going to do after this. Delta Green seems compromised. Your people seem compromised. Kane's people, I don't. They were compromised 15 years ago.
I still have a military contact other than Wright. But he's honestly not going to be much help here.
I don't know where we're going to go after this. So we may have to split it up and go into hiding and try to
No, it's,
redo our Delta Green contacts afterwards, but Dorchester House has to be dealt with.
Certainly. Yeah, let's get this over with.
Alright, so it is pretty late now. If you kept going and wanted to do anything major, you'd be looking at not regaining any willpower for sleep because you wouldn't get enough sleep. So, just to make you aware.
I'm currently at still full willpower. So I think Kane is going to just get mission ready. Like he's going to throw on all of his like gear. Oh, you guys got more medical first aid kits, right?
I do. I have one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got one, but are you good on yours?
I have 2 currently.
All right, yeah, we picked some stuff up earlier for you.
Yeah.
I tried to read the instructions as best I could, but your handwriting is atrocious.
What do you do, Kane? Just sort of head over to your bed and start addressing all
Yeah.
of your gear.
Yeah. Like he's just kind of setting out all of his gear out on his bed, and just kind of he's throwing on like all black kind of fatigue.
Make an alertness check for me as you do that.
Certainly. That is a success, just barely.
You, as you're laying down, you lay your rifle down and all of the attachments, and your hand brushes up against something that's just on the edge of your bed, slightly obscured by your pillow, and you move the pillow over, and there's a set of car keys. And
Kane
also
doesn't remember.
one of those alarm, like mobile alarm buttons on attached to the ring as well.
Key fob.
Yeah, key fobs.
Correct.
Kane picks it up, kind of sets it off to the side, puts on the rest of his stuff. So he's got like, the helmet with the night vision goggles, like, and he's gonna take the keys and kind of show them off to Desmond and Eliza and just be like, "Did anybody drop their keys over near my bed by any chance?"
No, they're not mine.
No, I wear my keys on my little climbing hook thing.
wiggles around one of those key rings.
I guess Kane will kind of like go towards. I'm assuming there's a window, overlooking like a parking lot.
Yep.
He's gonna kind of like slightly pull back the curtain just slightly to like be able to view it, and just kind of click the lock button, I guess. To kind of
Yeah, in the
See you
darkness,
guys.
you see one of the vehicles indeed light up with that unlocking, and the short blast of a chirp of the alarm cuts through the quiet outside.
I think somebody left us a car.
Do you, do you think it was Ranko? Is he breaking into yet another hotel room?
Well, to be honest, I never really went to my bed to begin with. This could have been here when we first got here. After all, the room was prepared by Renko.
It could have been, but we swept for bugs, right? So, like, I mean, I know that I looked under the beds and, like, pulled up the sheets and stuff. So,
You were here the entire time, Eliza.
I was. Which makes it so much worse, honestly.
So, do you want to go open the car and see if we just instantly explode?
Well, I feel as though setting off the car would have caused an explosion in the first place. But I might be wrong. So, if you guys want, you can watch from your ivory towers as the plebeian goes down and sacrifices his life.
The plebeian in body armor.
In my experience, body armor doesn't stop an IED from 5 feet range.
You know what's even
We
worse,
also
though?
have
Just skin. Which is
we
what
also
we've got.
already have a perfectly serviceable vehicle, don't we? Though, like,
One
should we
that was
really
given-
be stepping into a mystery car that we found the keys for under a pillow?
A car that was given by Delta Green that we have not thought to sweep yet.
That's also true.
Oh, shit. Wow. Yep.
So if you guys want, you guys can check out our car, and I can go check out the mystery vehicle. If you guys would like. You'd be a safe enough distance, but you'd be close enough to react if something were to happen.
You have
Right.
a very, very interesting martyrdom complex, Kane.
Okay, well, do you want to go check out the mystery vehicle?
No.
I mean, not particularly. I'm not that curious.
Oh, that. I'm curious. That's all. It's not a martyrdom complex.
Sometimes it really seems like one.
Yeah, no, it's just suicide. Here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying?
So you're gonna head down. You head down in the elevator and out the back. The car park for the Box Hotel is out the back of the hotel, and you were able to see that from your window. And you head towards. You have to press the button a few more times to. Okay, it was that one. And you head over. It's a 2010 Ford Escape. Has a Massachusetts State Police sticker, and when you look in the window, there's a parking permit for the Massachusetts State Police building in Framingham, Massachusetts. The sticker's been overlaid. Looks like it's been overlaid like on top of a few of the stickers. So whoever this car belonged to, it indicates quite a long employment with the Massachusetts State Police. But you've got the keys and the vehicle is indeed unlocked.
I'm gonna open up the trunk first.
You
Just kind of, I guess just investigate the
That's
entire
fine.
vehicle in general.
So I'm gonna say open up the trunk first because that's what you start led with. And there's a scattering of papers and a smashed oil-stained cardboard box in the trunk. Reads evidence FBI White Plains Right A 10th of August 95 in faded Sharpie. There's nothing in the box. Amidst the papers in the trunk are 2 thick napkins stained with oil and gasoline, marked with diagrams of mechanical devices that had been drawn in ballpoint pen. You start to examine these and realise that this is the evidence box from the McAllister building.
Oh,
You make a sanity check for
Holy-
me, please. This will be against helplessness.
That is an 8, so that's success. For
No
now.
problem, that's fine. No sanity loss then, that's fine. And yeah, you sweep the rest of the vehicle, and as you've already deduced, you find insurance papers in the glove compartment that are made out to an Elias M. Barbas, age 60, with his address and his occupation listed as police officer.
As I recall, Barbas himself wasn't a police officer. He was forensics. Unless this was a much older vehicle, but I'll just kind of call up Desmond and Eliza and just let them know that it's safe, and I think I might have found like Barbas's old cop car.
Okay.
I guess we come waltzing over.
Okay.
What? So this guy just really wants to hang out with us, even though he's fucking dead. He just won't stop showing up.
Evidently not. But check out the evidence boxes. They're from the McAllister building case. And the napkins, they're similar to the ones that we found before. The mechanical drawings.
Eliza sort of looks, kind of picks up the box and yeah, you're right.
So, does that mean that Barbas was tracking and taking notes on us for 20 years, or
As you say
again,
that,
is this the other Barbas?
as you say that, Desmond, a voice kind of cuts through the darkness off to your left as you're sort of standing in a little huddle in the car park. No! Just means you numbnuts are idiots at covering your tracks. And stepping out from a car parked 2 spaces down, with a shit-eating grin on his face, is Agent Renko.
Franco, you. Okay.
Yeah.
Someday, someone is going to slash your tires, and
It's today.
Hey, you left this guy's car out front of his burning house? Huge breadcrumb trail for idiots to follow. I am such idiot. Ha! Well, don't all thank me at once.
Ranko, did you just come here to laugh at us and call us idiots? Because you could have called.
No, I came here to drop off car. And he gestures to Barbas's vehicle.
How did you get the keys into the hotel room?
Perhaps you check faces of room service when they come to change the trash receptacle next time, yeah?
Fair enough.
Anyway. Loose end, and hopefully, I don't know what any of this shit means, but I hope maybe it means something to you.
It certainly does. Thank you for tying up that loose end, which I would have preferred to done earlier, but did not get around to doing so.
Hey, if wrong people find car, they find you, and then if they find you, maybe they find me, so...
Thank you. We should probably get rid of it, right?
I know a guy. I can have it crushed into tiny cube by sunrise.
Let's take the evidence boxes, the napkins out, see if there's anything else that we can gut from it.
I can add that to my red string board.
Be my guest.
Yeah, But if you could help us get this crushed away into nothing, that would be really helpful.
You saved my life, so I guess a small thing.
Say, Ranko, you seem to be really good at just sort of being places where you should not.
His forgettable face. That usually works.
Very recognizable Lamborghini, though. Just an interesting choice. Anyways, do you think you'd be able to do your sort of thing with, say, maximum security psychotherapy institution doors?
You want to break into Looney Bin?
No, we just want to drop Kane off.
Feel personally attacked. I feel like I'm being bullied.
Sorry, goddamn, that broke me. Yeah, we want to get into Dorchester. We've got a sort of loose way in, but it's just supposed to get the door unlocked without an alarm going off. And, I don't know how sci-fi their security system is, and whether we need, like, a key card or their fucking DNA eye scan or some bullshit. But you seem to know all about that.
I am familiar with, as you say, being places where I am probably not wanted, but, why you break into Nut House? Why?
there's been entities reported at the nut house, as you so well put it.
Some
It's,
more loose ends to tie up.
The original goal before, way back before you walked in with the dog, and then
Okay.
shit went crazy.
Alright, well, call it favor, I guess. I don't know. Something off about that place. Look into it little for you. Shell companies.
One big company donation from a shut down account, and nothing ever goes wrong there, or so they report. But
You already do your homework. Yes.
we've done our homework, our classwork, and we have stolen the upper grade books from the library. And now we're gonna go kidnap the teacher.
Consider this. This Barbas. I see what happened to him earlier today. Interesting company you keep, by the way. And
Likewise.
oh, you're very interesting people. Now, he said he was friends with this Dellen.
Yes.
No. You feel the rain, sort of, there's a chill that comes over the parking lot as really light, sort of that fine, misty rain starts to fall. Depending on your temperament, this is either an inconvenience or perhaps quite a welcome sort of refreshing almost experience, that cold mist against your face. And Renko kind of shuffles a little closer and his voice goes down an octave or two. I've been listening to whispers. If you know where to listen, sometimes the circles we run in are like knitting circle. Your paymasters, your handlers, asked you to keep an eye on Barbas and do as he says. So you shot him. Well, a friend of yours shot him, but strikes me that anybody he considered a friend, you should perhaps be treating with a little more suspicion, no?
Yeah. Ranko, you're pretty much the only person not on our suspicion list. And that's because you're on our definitely suspicious list. So, it's rough out here.
You can trust untrustworthy person to be untrustworthy. It's the trustworthy faces you don't know when they are going to do something out of character. I have suspicion that getting into this Dorchester House probably not going to be too difficult. It will be the getting back out again.
That the story of our career.
I can watch the place. I can arrange for pickup on the outside to whisk you away. It is most I can do without alarming my bosses. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
No. It's anything works.
Thank you.
It's okay, you know. It's like I say before. We have different masters, but we want same thing. Strikes me that the politics of man do not really figure into the machinations of the unnatural, no?
No.
Hey. Well, I would depart. I'll begin monitoring this place, so I suppose you have my 100% honest assurance that I will not be monitoring you for the next few days. I'll be checking over there.
I don't believe that for even a second, but I do appreciate you immensely.
It's okay. I would be, cable, if not for you, so, like I say, maybe we are approaching even after that.
I hope we can depart with the score settled. And
In all honesty, I do not wish that much trouble on you, but okay. I like a man with integrity.
what else have I got? Alright. I guess we will talk to you soon, Ranko.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go take this fucking thing for a joyride before I smash it up. Ha! I'm gonna find the field and do some donuts. And he gets in the escort and just tears out of the car park, like screeching tires. When it hits the road, he's just weaving through lanes for no necessary reason. This is the very definition of a joyride as he peels out of sight.
He's my kind of driver.
So, Ranko's cool, I guess.
He has survived having his tires slashed for one more day.
For now.
Well, he left the Lamborghini.
You
No,
look
we
you look over and
shouldn't.
it's
We shouldn't.
just to clarify. You look over and it's not a Lamborghini he got out of.
Oh.
No.
How many
Unfortunately.
cars does this asshole have?
Apologies.
Well, I mean, it's not even worth it if it's not his nicest car. You know, not even worth it.
Just has a shit ton of cars so he can dramatically leave them places.
The cute part is that you think the Lamborghini was his in the first place, but that's fine. Carry on.
Well, I mean, if he stole it, it's his.
Oh, I guess
Finders
possession is 9
keepers.
tenths. Sorry,
All
continue.
right.
That's fine.
So, have we cleared out this car? Like checked the
Let's clear
glove
our
box
car.
under the seat, popping up the steering wheel cover.
Oh, you're fine. You do all of that, but you don't
Radio,
find.
maybe?
Won't make you roll. You don't find any more. There's the car is clean, other than what's already been located.
Okay.
That's a pleasant surprise.
All right then. Dorchester is our next goal. I have got to figure out how to dose these for people and not bears.
You do that, I'll drive.
Kane's sitting in the back seat, just fully decked out.
Like a Christmas story, you can't get your arms down. Yeah. I guess one, just to clarify, did we ever actually fully explore the files on the missing team?
I don't think we did.
I don't have that in my notes, so.
I didn't get to that yet.
Well, I think that's maybe something we should do. What time of day is it right now?
It's like 1 a.m.
It's night. Yeah, it's late. Well, not quite that
Oh,
late, but it's like 11:30 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I was about to get to it, but then you guys got back and we decided to go on a road trip. So tomorrow morning.
I haven't decided to go on a road trip just yet. Have we?
Are we
heading over to Dorchester? I assume we all got into the car in the parking lot and we're just kind of sitting.
That's what I'm considering a road trip.
Oh, I was confused. I thought we were going somewhere else.
No, I'm actually taking you guys to Vegas because
Let's go.
Beats Boston.
Yeah. Ranko's gonna be there. We know that, and he can arrange for us to get out. But I don't know if it fully seemed like he was fully prepared for this to happen immediately.
I don't think he's prepared at all for this to happen.
Yeah.
Either way,
I mean, are we
gotta
even
get that.
prepared for this? I don't think so.
No, but I haven't been prepared for the last 20 years straight, so no need to change that up.
Hey, if we don't have a plan, nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
anyway, it sounds like Dorchester House might be our next
Next
point
stop.
of, yeah.
Time for our night tour of the night floors.
Yeah.
Woo.
You know, if I wouldn't immediately get shot in the head, I would, write a book about us. But I think
But you're not going to do that, though, right?
I'm not going to do that. I know.
Because you would probably get shot in the head.
I know. Yeah.
Or vaporized by an anti-bullet or whatever the hell. Why
You
not?
could write a parody.
I think even that would be too close for comfort for our good friends.
Well,
Let's go.
Do we have any way of contacting this Steven fellow?
I don't think so. Usually he just writes notes, so. I think we could leave him a note, and maybe he'd get it.
Well, you know what they say. I believe the term is cowabunga.
And I'm in the passenger seat, so I just sort of stare at Eliza.
Yeah. Let's go.
Not even going to acknowledge that.
Where is it you're headed to now?
Dorchester.
Dorchester House.
Okay, just for clarification, the security guard, when he was talking to Desmond, did say if you spoke to Dallin the next day, he'd set up a tour for you.
Oh shit! It's only technically the next day because it's like 1 a.m. I think it definitely was Desmond and not me, the player, misunderstood what that meant. As far as what next day means. However, I think that we might get a decent amount of juice out of parking maybe across the street and taking a shift sleep and just see if we can watch the guards rotate or see, perhaps like the patient lights or office lights when they go on and off and things like that to help us better plan for tomorrow. Of course, Desmond says all that in a much more put together manner.
No, okay, it's a fair and decent plan. Let me just. So just to confirm, then, is that what everyone wants to do?
Yeah,
I'm alright with that.
Okay. Let me just 1 second.
And I think it might be best to keep Kane in full gear and then keep the two people in the front seat sort of just civilian looking. That way nobody drives by to check into the hospital and they're like, is that a dude in body armor with a saw?
an M4.
Right.
Oh, right, you don't have a heavy gun. Well, I mean, M4s are pretty heavy from what I've heard. Bang into your shoulder all the goddamn time.
They aren't too bad, especially if you have them sling mounted.
Am I thinking of the M16?
You're thinking of an M16. This is an M4 carbine. with a
Gun
suppressor.
nerds.
My fiance yelled at me because we were watching Stranger Things, and I was one of the very first episodes. There's a scene where they're loading a gun, and it's just the most obnoxiously large bullets that could never possibly fit in a 22. They're like fucking 308 or something ridiculous. And I pointed out, and she was like, "Shut your fucking gun nut ass up. I don't care."
It'd be like that.
Okay, so you drive on over to Dorchester House, pull the vehicle up just across the road from the drive, the sort of S-shaped drive that goes up the slight hill to the building. You'll want to take turns for the next few hours kind of watching. I will say you all sort of rotate. If you all want to make a either alertness or I think security, or I might even allow military science for this one.
By military science coming in.
Military science or what? I didn't catch that.
Alertness, military science, or I think is
Okay, yeah,
security one of them? I can't.
That's
No.
alertness. That's a success.
Yeah.
Military science.
I'm
I
absolutely.
don't think I can even roll that.
Oh, well. Actually. Really,
This is a success for me.
34. I rolled a 54 on my military science, so I failed.
Okay. So for the first rotation, between you see the facility's got a 2.5 meter wrought iron pike style fence. There's inverted anti-climbing hooks on top of the entire fence. It's going to be tough to scale. You also, as you sort of take a bit of a longer time to look around, you see there are motion sensors and cameras almost everywhere. You would probably have to find wherever it was that security was controlled from the inside of the building to shut those down. I'm going to give you all one more roll as you all kind of, the rotation ends and the morning comes around, to see if you noticed anything else while you were awake.
I succeeded on my military science.
Okay. It's 1, 2. And Eliza?
1 sec. Oh, that's just a success.
Alright, 3 successes. The walls are cinder block reinforced by steel bar and poured concrete. Particularly tough to get through. You see that there are fire doors at several points along the exterior of the building. They look like they're solid steel. You wouldn't be able to tell how thick from here, but you're willing to bet quite thick. And keycard locks with small black plates to the right of these doors, and also to the right of the main entranceway, and finally the windows. You'd sort of kind of take a closer look, maybe with binoculars or your night vision goggles, and you see there's no mechanism on these windows for them to open at all. They are reinforced. There's definitely a wire mesh inside the glass panes. So most likely reinforced non-shatter glass.
Do we notice what kind of key cards that the guards are using by chance?
You wouldn't be able to tell from that. That would be too small to notice from that, for the distance that you're at.
Do we notice any shift changes?
No. Well, by the time you get back to the place, the perimeter guard that you spoke to earlier on, Desmond, is gone. The whole security booth is just lights off, and the gates are firmly shut.
Okay.
After your night of observation, the sun begins to rise. I'm going to say, because you slept in a car and it was kind of you were involved with an active, like your brain would have been quite active. I'm not going to deduct any willpower points for not getting a full 8 hours in a bed, but you also cannot regain any because you are sleeping in a car and you're kind of actively doing a sort of sleeping in shifts, and your brain sort of moving at 1,000 miles an hour when you are awake, trying to clock everything. So
Do you want me to roll anything, or are we good?
Kane can roll his medicine.
Which I will. That is a success.
Alright, so roll a 1d4.
Oh, me?
Kane.
Okay.
That is going to be a nice juicy 1.
So you get 2 hit points back, Eliza.
I was already at full hit points, so.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I was just asking if you wanted me to roll for, like, my
Oh,
You're crazy.
your
Yes.
sanity
like,
stuff.
anything.
That's to see if you get any willpower back, but you're not going to, even if you succeed. No one is, if you're going to succeed, even if you succeed anyway.
Perfect.
What it is
Sorry.
is what it is if you don't sleep and you just stay up, you actually lose a will point. And if you get a full 8 hours in a proper bed, you get 2 back. This is kind of somewhere in between, so I'm just gonna say no
You get
movement.
Nothing.
Yeah, no movement either way.
Which is pretty generous of you, honestly.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, definitely.
You all got some sleep, so you made a point of telling me you had a rotation and you had a plan in mind, so I didn't want to penalise you for that. And as the sun rises, I suppose I can ask you all now what it is that you want to do with your new day.
There's so much to do, oh my gosh. What do you all want to follow up on first?
Well, since we're sort of still here, close to opening, I'm probably gonna go in and talk to the doctor and set up our tour for tonight.
Yeah, while you're doing that, if you can clock any blind spots or especially like the kind of key cards that they're using, because Barbas was on terms with Dallin.
Yeah.
And last I saw, Barbas had a key card on him, a Magico. So I'm wondering if that's maybe perhaps a security company that they're using.
I mean, it's a possibility that would work. But I will have to clock what they are using and see if it matches.
Well, they got to use their key cards on almost every section of the building. They're going to be kind of sectioned off for different security purposes.
Yeah, then I'll just do my best to see if and where a card matches with his. Gonna try to find some blind spots, and ultimately I will be setting up the night tour so that I don't think we're gonna get into the front doors of this building unless they let us in. So we get in and then we do the scuff shit.
Desmond?
Yeah?
Just be careful of Dr. Dallin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume he knows Barbas is dead.
Yeah.
And,
According to last night, he might still be alive.
yeah, you have got a point
Wait.
there.
What?
Oh, I would have assumed that, like, at this point, Kane would have told,
Oh,
or
yeah.
Desmond would have brought it
Okay.
up to.
We just
Okay,
didn't say
okay,
it
fair
again
enough,
for the sake
fair
of
enough.
podcast.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Handler, is it anywhere near the opening hours of this facility?
Sun's just come up, so it's about 6:30 a.m. Opening hours not for another 2.5 hours yet.
All right. What do you all say we get some breakfast and go back and tackle the notes on the missing team? Wait for this
Sounds
place
like
to open.
Sounds like a good idea.
And you do that out of curiosity. Where do you eat breakfast?
I mean, if you're in a car
Nondescript fast
and you're going to
food.
get breakfast, you got to go to McDouglas.
That is the one.
Let's do it. Let's get some
McDouglas.
coffee and hash browns.
Can I get a McDougbal?
McDouglas.
McDufflin.
Eliza's just like ordering at the window for the team because she doesn't want whichever poor employee is working there, like working the morning shift, to see her comrade in like full tactical gear. Like,
Just
pulling
drop
out.
me off at Airsoft, ignore me. Or just drop me off at paintball.
Yeah, we get we get some really shitty breakfast sandwiches and coffee, and use that to fuel our research.
That seems solid. You head back to the Boxer Hotel and prepare to head into hardcore research mode. So, amongst the three of you, what is it that you're looking specifically into first?
Desmond really wants to look at the. I guess it was the Russian report on the team that went missing in 616. We never really opened it because it seemed like a lot.
Okay, the SV8 report.
Yes,
on
thank
Whitworth's
you.
team. All right, just a moment. Actually, as you everyone pause through the evidence you've all procured so far, can everyone either make an alertness or a bureaucracy check for me, please?
Alertness or bureaucracy?
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those has a number. Oh!
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 5!
Is that a double crit?
Wow,
Come on,
you
Nina. Get the
are
third.
doing-
Get the third.
I will not be getting the third, unfortunately.
Boo.
I got a 40.
I'm gonna say that's under bureaucracy.
Mine's alertness.
Okay. I mean, either one's fine. Same result. One of your files is missing. And as you go through all of the evidence that you've picked up so far, the marked copy of the Deuxième Bureau file that you found in the room just 3 or 4 floors up from you is gone.
So the file is fucking gone?
Not the SV8 file. That's still there, and we'll dig into that momentarily.
Oh.
That roll was to see if you noticed if anything was missing, and you did. The Deuxième Bureau are basically French intelligence service. And it was a file that you found in that difficult to locate room upstairs that detailed reports from 1951 involving a play called Le Roi en Jaune in Paris. And it was marked, the files also marked Delta Green. And there were notes on the files written by 2 different sets of handwriting, one identifying themselves as Whitwer, Agent Whitwer on the files themselves, and the second lot of handwriting you weren't sure who that would have been. It was in like different colour ink, and that file was gone.
Goddamn goblins stole our papers. So, do we think it was Ranko?
What purpose would he stole the files, though?
I doubt that it was rank, though, honestly.
We're back in the hotel room, right?
Yes.
I'd love to inspect the place and see if there's any evidence of somebody entering.
Yeah, you can make a say alertness or... One moment. I'll give you a whole bunch of options here. We'll say alertness, criminology, forensics, if you want to go down that route. And these roles are available to all three of you. These are just different approaches to see if there's been a break-in.
I took alertness, and that's going to be a 55.
Okay.
That's going to be a 6 for me.
Eliza will take forensics.
Use it on alertness.
That is going to be a success. 21.
The alertness rolls, you don't find any sign of entry. However, with your forensics check, Eliza, you find just a hint of a carbon scoring inside the lock, like the key card lock, because all these rooms are key card operated now. And make a criminology check for me.
Another success. 45 under 50.
All right. So you find the carbon scoring inside the card reader, and you think back to the you know that sort of early training you had at like Quantico, places like that. Particularly sophisticated devices that are designed to fool electronic card readers like this. You often use like a carbon edge tool to swipe the key card reader, and then that carbon edge tool is connected to it can be connected to a phone, a laptop, that will deprogram the key reader to allow entry, essentially, almost like an electronic skeleton key.
Just keep imagining just the hacker boy Simon.
Well, I know how they got in, but it doesn't really get me that much closer to knowing a general direction of who it was, because this is a pretty common way of breaking in. So.
Sorry, just to interrupt there, it isn't. It's particularly sophisticated.
It's not. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
That's all right.
understand better.
No problem, that's fine.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty sophisticated way of breaking in. I'm slightly impressed, but this also means that it probably wasn't Renko. At least to me, I feel like he would probably have a spare copy of the key card to the room that he paid for. So, if he wanted to break in, why wouldn't he just use the key card?
Yeah, fair enough. Do you think, Mr. Mary Doctor's paying us a visit? That's my second guess.
Maybe. Um,
Another option is it might have been Delta Green agents that might have caught on to us.
Another team.
it's always a possibility that we're being watched by another group.
I have a feeling we are. But, you can only sweep so many times before you start to lose sleep.
Yep.
Uh,
Maybe it was some information we weren't supposed to have.
I think all the information that we currently have isn't supposed to be in our hands. We're going to be slightly realistic. I mean, forbidden knowledge is kind of our job.
You know what I
No.
meant?
No, so yes, somebody did not want us to have this information, so it
So it got taken off of us.
Desmond, I have a really bad idea.
Hey.
With all these weird happenings and events and the connection of the Ars Goetia, I keep thinking back to a certain event of when I was breaking in and stealing things. And I remember seeing a man with a white serpent. There's a demon that matches that description.
Kane, I have another very bad idea. Isn't one of those demons a harlequin?
Yes, but this one specifically deals with thieves and stolen goods.
A lot of them do. Most of
one's-
them seem to retrieve the lost.
Right.
I
This one was
strongly dislike where this conversation is headed.
Eliza, have you seen a figure repeatedly? Just on the street or out of the corner of your eye? I keep seeing this funny little dancing fella with a ribbon. He's seen a man with a snake. What have you seen?
I haven't seen anyone matching either of those descriptions.
No weird animals you keep seeing or a face that shows up everywhere?
I mean, not to my knowledge.
Anywho, my idea was, why not fight fire with fire and summon Andromedus? He's a.
Why don't we call that Plan Z?
Because what's the worst that happens?
What do you even mean? I cannot comprehend the worst that could happen.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
You open
It
another door to
all-
the night floors.
Seems pretty bad to me, honestly.
Yeah, but it's a great and fucking effective way to get answers. Because not
You know
only
what?
will he bring back the stolen goods, he'll bring back the thief that did it.
For what? Why? Why will they do this?
Whatever they want. Whatever they want. It's a dealing. From what I've read, Andromedus punishes all thieves and other wicked people. discovers hidden treasures, all evilness, and all dishonest dealings.
I don't know if he would like any of us too much, to be honest.
Well, none of us are evil thieves.
I mean, maybe not evil, but thieves is a maybe.
We requisition things from people that may or may not be alive.
I don't.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying, it's an
think-
idea. It's an idea. And we have the ability to do so. And if push comes to shove, I have an ace up our sleeves that will protect us.
I don't know if summoning a demon is what I would consider an ace.
No, that's
be
not the
honest-
ace. That's not the ace.
Okay.
I got
Just
something
as
in
long
my
as
back
we're-
pocket for a rainy day.
Okay. Well, do we think that information was extremely vital to what we're investigating?
It's another
That's-
book we lost.
Yeah, but it's not so much of the book that lost, but who wanted it that we're trying to get after.
You're right.
You know?
Desmond, your phone like pings.
Fucking hell. Alright. I whip that bad boy out.
Someone's left us. Don't want to say the word. The trademarked phrase. Someone's left a generous donation alongside a comment on your YouTube, on your video channel. We can say YouTube,
It's
right?
YouTube. We're uploading it to YouTube.
This is on
I
YouTube.
think we can say YouTube.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, I can probably use their terminology, and then that's fine. Someone has left a super chat on your YouTube channel.
Desmond fucking smiles. And
It's like
goes to look
$50.
at it.
The super chat is from a user by the name of Captain Sunshine.
Oh, hey.
It's dated weird. The date reads 05/15/47, but the time is right. It's right up to the minute.
I'm sorry, 47 is in the year's place of the date
Correct.
with no numbers before it or after.
It says 05/15/47.
Cool.
It simply reads, Henry Rogers. That was a fine milkshake you enjoyed, and the baby freeboost behind you was crying because she was thinking of spiders. The scalloped tatters of the King in Yellow must hideth ill forever.
Desmond stops smiling. And sort of locks his phone in his hand, and the screen goes dark. Yeah. Eliza, we are being watched. My biggest fan just messaged me about the King in Yellow.
And that is where we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. fade back in on Desmond staring almost blankly at his phone. He blinks a few times and almost disbelief what he's seeing unfold on what until a couple of minutes ago was to him a success. The only normal part of his life.
Oh? Desmond does that awkward spin fidget with the phone for a moment before his decades of Delta Green instincts kick in. And even though Desmond has been seemingly blessed by the audience he has been searching for, there are more important things in these worlds. And he deletes Captain Sunshine's comment. If there are any on any other videos, he deletes Captain Sunshine's comments. And he sets his thriving YouTube channel to private.
Okay.
After he turns off his phone and slides it back into his pocket, he looks at Eliza and Kane, and he says, they have found their way into my personal life. And now this fucking play has ruined something that may have been a true blessing to me.
Kane is feeling like sad for Desmond, but like he's also kind of finding kinship and knowing that now like Desmond is experiencing what he's like a glimpse of what he's experienced before in the past. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of like nods and like understanding. I can't.
Oh shit. Oh shit. My channel, you know, the videos I make.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. I just realized this guy is my top commenter. Every time he comments something, it is instantly viewed by so many people. Here's where I have to confess a bit of ignorance. Is this comment that this guy made paying a lot of money publicly visible to other people, or is it directly to me?
It's publicly visible, yeah.
Okay, then I will proceed as I was. It is very possible that upwards of tens of thousands of people saw the comment mentioning the King in Yellow and plays.
Hopefully, they'll think it's a hoax or a scare tactic or some
No.
sort of online game, and they won't look any further into it. You did the right thing by deleting it, I think.
Well, now my whole channel is basically, for now, it's not viewable. I'm gonna have to pull all these videos down. But I know they're archived. Somebody saw that. It's processed through a machine. There's gonna be a record of it. And I don't even know where in the goddamn world.
I think Delta Green has people for that. Hopefully.
We cannot trust Delta Green right now. Half of them don't seem to be real. They're half dead, half alive. The other people who call me aren't my normal handlers.
You're right.
And all they told me to do was listen to Barbas. And guess where that fucking got us? He's dead.
You can all make a bureaucracy check at this point if you'd like.
Oh boy.
I absolutely
Nope.
can deadly do that for you.
Evidently by the dice, Desmond cannot.
I cannot either. I failed that one.
My dice roller is closed. There we are.
Hey, phone makers, why can't I have a dice roller on my lock screen?
Yeah, that's what I want. Ooh. We're good.
You
38 to 40.
lovely, yeah. You recall references on past Delta Green operations you've been on to an ongoing thing called Operation Coral Nomad, which is essentially, or at least in your mind's eye, you picture it as a big warehouse full of nerds somewhere that just constantly are deleting unnatural stuff from the internet. So you do know that's accounts for quite a large percentage of Delta Green's budget. Is just paying these guys to just be in the the post
Geek Squad.
Yeah, the post 9/11 age of technology, keeping knowledge of the unnatural away from the public. Like 75% of it is done online, deleting videos of things that happen and obscure texts and things like that.
I know we can't trust them, but really, do you think that this world would be safe from the apocalypse at all if videos or pictures or texts or references to the unnatural, if they got on the internet? Don't you think somebody is over there taking them down? A group of people, even?
I know they're supposed to be doing that.
The issue is
and obviously, some shit slips because we exist and we have our job.
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess I sort of had it in my head that we were really starting to get back on track, and that really fucking threw me off.
There could be another lead.
Alright, okay, yeah. I'm gonna fucking look up this Captain Sunshine guy.
Well, let's think about it. I mean, this guy's been clearly watching us. Maybe this is the guy that broke in.
I mean, it's unlikely, but do you want me to try to look into his IP address?
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably using something to protect it if he's not a complete idiot, but...
See what you can do. I will do the YouTube rabbit hole dive, and I can find this guy's comments. They should be public, because obviously I can see him on my videos, so...
Can
Or
you
is-
see anything? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Can you see anything about his location based on the fact that he donated you money? Like,
I mean, I think the whole point is the transaction is handled through YouTube. It's
probably.
whatever account information they'd have entered there, or whatever card. I don't think YouTube's gonna give me this guy's credit card information, though. At least I hope not.
Okay. Right. Do you still want to look into the missing team at all, or do you want me to do it? Do you want Kane to do it? If you have more pressing concerns.
I'm a bit preoccupied.
Okay.
Yeah. I can certainly handle that. I guess Kane will take charge in doing that while Desmond's preoccupied.
The SV8 file on the first Delta Green team, yeah? I mean, you can look it over. There's not much more to find. It's a description of pretty much the information you gleaned from Barbas in your several conversations with him, that he was responsible for making them disappear. They disappeared off of SV8's radar right around the same sort of within the same sort of time frame. So from what you can tell, they were assigned to maintain surveillance on Barbas, who was acting irrational. That Barbas was Delta Green, and his actions are what led to a team being assigned to monitor him. As you're all too well aware, in this line of work, a lot of agents, they do the job until they become the job. That certainly would be the case with Barbas, and particularly how he met his end. And you get the feeling that Whitwer and the team were likely given the orders to terminate Barbas if anything untoward were happening.
Okay.
Well, we took care of that part.
Desmond, you start looking into this username. Roll bureaucracy or computer science for me.
Okay. Wow, you've really done me dirty there. Alright. I guess bureaucracy.
Okay.
Slim chance here, and that's gonna be a failure. 48 over 30.
Fine. Other than the posts on your channel which you found and deleted, you can't find any other trace of a Captain Sunshine anywhere. Just a moment. Yeah, you don't find anything other than what's already been posted on your page, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. Alright. So, this guy is probably, done what his intention was. Also starting to think that, maybe I didn't just get popular randomly.
You think this might have been purposeful? Did they somehow set this up?
I don't know. But I don't really have a good explanation as to why I became famous overnight. I mean, there was fucking bootleg t-shirts. Are you kidding me? It seemed very unreal. Maybe it was more than just an expression. I don't know. But this guy is gone. There's no Captain Sunshine, and none even of these usernames are really close. Got a Captain Sunflake here, but this guy's into like photography. It just seems like a dead end. Somebody fucked with me, deleted their account.
All right.
Your room phone
No.
starts to ring on the mantelpiece, and it looks like it's a call from reception. It's a call from the lobby.
Eliza will pick it up. Hello?
Yes, room 3313.
Yep, that's us.
I have a message for you from let me see here. Just signed Mr. R.
Okay. Is it sealed or...
Always sealed, that's our policy.
Okay. We'll be down to pick it up in a moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good stay. And the click.
There's a message from us, or for us, from a Mr. R.
So, Ranko?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. I am a bit annoyed by this whole situation, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna take that walk.
Okay.
I'll probably grab us some more coffee. They got the free bags downstairs. Alright, I'll be back.
And you head down, pick up said coffee, pick the envelope up, and you open it. And literally just says, have you watched the news recently? Try Channel 6.
Desmond starts walking back up the stairs.
Oh, fucking great. Yeah, no, I don't fucking watch the news, Ranko. I'm busy trying to save the goddamn world, as he just sort of walks up the stairs because he doesn't trust elevators. Not anymore after that elevator shaft.
All right, and you get back to the room, coffee and loose note in hand.
I just walk over to the TV and just turn it on to Channel 6. I don't even say a thing.
It's local news, and there are cameras live at a scene. There's a lot of cops outside, and it takes a moment for you to realise they're outside your old motel room. There are cordons set up, and the ticker at the bottom the headline, suicide in motel room, and you listen to the report briefly as you've clicked on the TV and you've come in halfway. Essentially, a unknown gentleman appears to have broken into an empty motel room and with the curtains of the motel room pulled wide open, opened his own wrists with a carving knife and bled out for the first cleaning person that came along to find. And as you're watching the coverage, that same beep goes off on your phone again, Desmond.
Sorry, what was that, Mark? Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, Desmond's phone goes off again in the same way, the same beep.
Okay.
Desmond just stares at the TV, watching the ticket scroll across the bottom, looking for a name. And he just sort of instinctively holds his gun at the holster with his right hand as he pulls out his phone to see what it is now.
So, another super chat. That doesn't make any sense. You privated your channel, but it's there. It's from Captain Sunshine. Simply says, hope you got the message. He was dying to meet you. You continue to watch the coverage as the individual in your motel room is identified as a Mr. Daniel Lodge. They describe him as shy, they make a mention of the fact that his father had also committed suicide, and that he was but other than that, just seemed like an average person. Lived with his mother, worked in a warehouse.
Desmond has a thought, and he can still view his channel, but before he does this, on the super comment or whatever the fuck, Zoomer shit, he simply replies with, "You will regret this," smiley face. And then he starts searching his YouTube comments for a Daniel Lodge.
You don't find anyone under that name, unfortunately.
Okay. Captain Sunshine is back. Said he hoped I got the message, and that he was dying to meet me. I assume he's referring to whatever has happened, and he just sort of points at the screen. Why?
I don't know who this is. Do any of you?
Daniel Lodge.
I don't think so. No.
I find this guy subscribed to me or commented or anything. So I don't know what the fuck is Captain Sunshine? Are they threatening us? What does this even mean? Desmond just sort of blankly stares at both of you in turn.
Maybe. Maybe this was done to send some kind of message, or maybe civilians really are just being pulled into our strange world. And this is what it's doing to them. You think that we've angered some kind of like alternative group, like a cult or something?
Maybe.
A bunch of fuckers in silver robes and masks. Something like that, for instance.
Or
Do they seem angry, Kane?
There was, from what I heard, it was less about getting angry and more of just like shouting out their experiences as if to like relieve a burden, to like they've been holding in this information and they just kind of let it out, let it go.
Ooh.
And when I said something similar, I felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
Amanda.
That was until Amanda, shut up. She didn't sound angry or anything like that, but she just, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, do we want to try to investigate this crime scene? Or, I don't know, see the body in the morgue? Is this even relevant? Or is this just part of losing my mind?
maybe just a quick search on the name, his occupation, perhaps.
Well, I think out of character. I think we already did that. It turned up pretty much not much.
Oh, I meant on a person who just committed suicide, right?
Yeah.
What was his name again? Sorry,
Daniel
I didn't write it
Daniel
down.
Lodge.
Daniel
Was
Lodge.
that
Daniel
the missing teenager?
You could run. You could run then the name that name through your FBI database and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
If you want to.
I'll just preliminary search before we go running to any more. So
Yeah. The
I'll run the
information.
name of the database.
That's fine. I wouldn't make you roll for that. Your sort of investigatory skills are high enough to you've got the database. You're putting a name in. You don't pull up much more information than what they're telling you on the news, which usually when that happens, if you can match one for one with a initial news report, that person doesn't have much to hide. It's they lived with their mum. The only sort of thing of unusual import in Daniel Lodge's life that happened before today was that his father had also committed suicide. Other than that, perfectly normal chap. Lived with his mum, worked in a large warehouse, and kind of kept himself to himself. All of you pull up like his school records, and he's just like the most average person you could imagine. Roll human for me, looking at this stuff.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, let's have a look at father then, but I will have a human.
Have a little human as a treat.
I will. I love that stat. It's like one of my highest ones.
I'm glad.
Ooh.
Carry us.
Well, I did build an investigator, like an investigative person. So
You did. This is your forte.
Y'all wait till we're surviving in the woods.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Eliza will only be a muscle person. She's no other survival skills. She just has like, I can punch someone. Ooh. Okay. I rolled it. I rolled a 10. Oh,
Nice. Okay.
you can't see that, but I rolled a 10.
No problem.
Nice.
This person, you imagine, looking at history, looking at there's no significant other, still lives with a mother, works in a warehouse, nothing of note that he's done. All of his school records show average student, no extracurriculars, nothing. You imagine this guy was probably pretty invisible throughout most of his life. You imagine he might have been a pretty lonely individual. That's the impression you get anyway.
Well, what happens? What happens to invisible people when they disappear, I guess? Can I have a look? Is it mentioned anywhere, like, his report cards, like, addressed to his parents or something? Can I figure out his parents' names from this database?
It's Donald and Jeanette Lodge.
Just have a quick search for them. See if there's anything of interest, especially in his father.
Yeah, even more mundanity. His father's suicide's largely down to the fact that he was made redundant and ended his own life shortly after that happened.
Would you believe that these are perhaps the most average civilians that I have ever come across in my line of work? Like, just so perfectly normal. I would assume at this point that this is just a person who's been dragged into our world, and this is how it affects a very normal mind.
Well, I guess I will keep you updated on the sunshine situation. This guy is still messaging me, even though neither of our accounts currently exist, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to stop getting messages.
Hey, Desmond, if you need anything, just let us know.
No, we're here for you.
Yeah, I would fucking love to go set up the night tour now. I think it's about time to get over there. It's well past opening.
Right. All of this evidence we have, it's quite obvious that this room is also compromised and we're being watched. What do you want to do with it?
I guess we're taking all of our documents with us.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
We do not check out of the hotel, but we leave. And I think we're gonna be sleeping in cars for a few nights.
Okay. I'll clean this up. She'll just start taking things off walls and stacking papers and filing them away in that organized yet chaotic manner. It's like things are organized by relevance but not alphabetically. All of that.
Okay. You do that. Did you want to? Are you saying you'd rather stay in a car, or do you want to find somewhere else to stay, or it's up to you?
I think just keeping moving is the best
Yeah.
idea.
It's probably going to be like pull up at 10 p.m., pay cash, leave at 6 a.m. Just whatever shitty motel, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And we're just going to have to keep moving from night to night because I think it's past the point of having a base.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what we're doing right now. We're going to head to Dorchester. If I guess we're going to see if we can set up this night tour, but really we're going to see if the doctor knows.
Okay. And you drive on over to Dorchester House. It's a little after midday by the time you're done. Probably a little bit later, actually, say 3 o'clock by the time you get there. And you're on the guest sheet for the day. You presume your inquiry the day before probably put you on there. So you're easily admitted and you're led to Dr. Dallon's office. He is sitting in his chair when you all sort of file in. Yes, agents. How goes the investigation?
Morning. It's been some long nights and a hell of a lot of coffee. I came by last night for a night tour that I realized that I actually had not set up yet because I'd been running myself to the goddamn walls. Basically, we'd like to do a long sort of investigation, and we don't want to be in the middle of your hallways for 7 hours straight during peak hours.
Do you have the run of the facility? I have already set the wheels in motion for you. You can
Brilliant.
wait until visiting hours are over, and you have the run of the place.
All right.
Oh,
Are you here after hours to answer questions, or are we gonna have to call you?
I will be around. I have some
Okay.
work to complete after the admittance ends. It's busy at the moment, but I will be around for a few hours after visiting ends to be sure if you need anything.
That would be immensely helpful. We will try to get out of there before you head home for the night and not keep you too up.
Not a problem. No bother. I am here to help.
I really appreciate it. Desmond just breathes a big sigh of relief as he turns to face the other two people in the room with him.
Kane
Well-
looks disappointed that we didn't get to tranquilize him.
On to the next thing. Fucking, we were already late for this, so try to make up some time. I appreciate you, Doctor. We will be back later. I'll give you a call. As he's sort of doing the like polite half bow as he just walks backwards out of the room.
Okay. Where are you headed to now?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't think it would go that well.
Can we investigate like the security around this facility while we're just here? Since I don't think we did that before, like all the cameras and whatnot.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so give me
we want
either.
security footage.
Yeah, but we didn't check out the physical like
That's fair enough.
area. Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to see if the key cards from Barbas match the ones that they use here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you. How do you want to check the keycard thing?
Sorry, what was that? One more time.
Sure. How do you want to check the keycard thing? How are you going to approach checking that?
I guess we're just gonna ask one of the like security guards if they could scan us into another segment of the facility just to investigate. And then as soon as he pulls it out, just take a look and see if it's a similar key card.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you'd need to do that to go from floor to floor. So you do, and it does indeed look the same.
It's the what was it? A Magico? A Magico?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, knew it! Barbas, you rat bastard. Okay. Ooh. Oh, now I'm kind of curious. Because, you noted, forget which session this was in. I'm pretty sure this was, well, you said there was red paint on the corner of it. Can we just do, like, a scan of the floors to see if there's any, like, places where there's been, like, recent, or if there's red paint?
Bryan, that is so smart.
Red paint, what are you referring to?
You noted on Barbas's key card. Oh, sorry. No, this was the one that we found in room 616. Sorry. And Barbas had one as well. So we actually have two.
Mm-hmm.
The one that we found in room 616 had red paint on the corner of it.
Okay. You just start by sort of scanning floor by floor, looking for any sign of this paint anywhere. You don't see anything. unfortunately.
I'm starting to think it might not be paint right now. Shit, we have Barbas's key card and the one from room 616. So,
If it
Um,
is red paint, it could be from the overuse of red paint that is kind of a theme in rooms we have found.
true. Because some of the rooms were painted red, or no? Trying to remember.
I believe the original epoxy room was,
Yeah.
because it also had the yellow paint running through it.
Either way, I guess like
And we know stuff goes from room to room, time to time.
That's at that point actually, Eliza, your phone begins to ring.
Hello?
Corey, I got a package for you.
Oh. All right. Are you at the hotel? Where are you?
Motel. There's cops everywhere. Which room?
Oh, sorry. We've relocated since that whole incident. It wasn't a very good location anymore for us. Give me one moment. And she mutes the call. She looks over to Kane and Desmond. She's like, I'm getting something back. I think it's from the FBI. Where should I get it sent to, since we're not staying anywhere at the moment?
Why not just here?
There's a supermarket, like, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile from here. Big ass parking lot.
Okay. Right, so our location is kind of in flux right now. Would it be okay if you met us here? We can compensate you for that. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
How much? I'm not a fucking busboy. Come on.
I know. Like $100? Would that make it worth your while?
Roll persuade. He's just a courier. He's not like...
Yeah. 26?
Surpass him.
Yeah.
There's like a pause. Fine. 100.
Yeah.
And you rattle off the location that Desmond just relayed to you. He says he will be there in 20 minutes.
All right, well, time to go.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't all have to come with me. It'll be really quick, I'm sure.
The last time we left you alone, you got kidnapped.
Yeah, that's literally was just gonna say that. So you are grounded, essentially.
The last time we left him alone, he joined a therapy cult, okay?
No,
I'm
we
not...
dropped him off there. That was intentional.
It's not my fault that you left me alone with a serious concussion and 2 people broke in. That is not my fault. I am in full control of myself at the moment. I will be fine.
I mean, I can still stick around here, and like investigate, trying to see where these key cards might lead to. Nah,
Okay.
let's just all stick
We're
together.
coming back, so we can do
Yeah.
this later.
Right.
Okay. So
We'll be able to grab some snacks for the road trip.
You know what? I'm really touched that you two seem to have some sort of protective thing about me.
What do you mean? No, it's like
We need the numbers.
people are killing themselves in rooms we were just in. This is not a normal thing. You could drive to a parking lot and go through a goddamn portal.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you.
Man with large gun just gets in the car.
I'm assuming at this point, like I've set it away, and now I'm just kind of in all black clothing.
No, I meant me.
Oh,
He does have a very large gun, that's fine. You all pile in and you meet this courier who... You don't even get out of the car, like you both roll down the window and he just...
throws it in.
Yeah. And
He eats it.
he
Thank you.
takes the $100 cash, I presume, that you give to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And leaves. The blood report comes back. It is someone that's on the record.
Oh,
Just a second.
an actual hit?
Hey,
This isn't a phantom person?
hey, let's go.
The blood belongs to another patient at the Dorchester House, a Mr. Ed Miller Wist.
Interesting fellow.
Time to pay him a visit.
And
So the guy that told me,
that was not his room, just to clarify, right?
right? That wasn't his room.
Was
but
not. He was in his room when you went to see him.
Okay.
As I recall, he was the one that gave me the note, and was staring creepily through the window.
Yeah, what did that note say again, exactly?
I am currently trying to remember. Let's see. How did you find me? I thought you had left. In any case, they're still here at night. As I pull the sticky note out of my pocket, because I just keep everything in my pocket like an infinite inventory bag.
We have to now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Time to go pay him a visit then.
I reckon we do that tonight. Since, as he said, I guess they'll be there. Kane,
Yeah.
do you perhaps wonder if the they he is referring to is the people who are gone?
Maybe.
As in, we may encounter them tonight. And maybe then we stand a very good chance of actually finding something out.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. That's something.
Either way, the information we last received about Dorchester House
from Steven was to try Dorchester House after dark.
Yeah.
And yeah. And thinking back, um there was a man at the group called the Phantom. I think it might have some relation to Steven in that case.
It's one of the things on his card, yeah.
Phantom of the Truth
Mhm.
and the Stranger.
Whole lot of strangers. I guess it's time to wait.
Yeah. I guess in the meanwhile, what time is it? Kane kind of looks at his watch. I'm assuming it's like mid-afternoon, like 4 or 5-ish.
Yeah, it's about 4:30.
Oh, let's go find a place with a good happy hour.
Okay.
Kill some time in the meanwhile. Maybe build up some of that confidence.
Okay. You guys go find an appropriate location.
It's just dinner, drinks, something before.
He always wants to know
Oh,
where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Bapplebee's.
Oh, I was gonna say Buffalo Wild Wings.
Whoa,
I like-
wild wings.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
We're
I
doing
like that
wild
one.
wings.
Wild wings.
Wild wings. I love some wild wings.
I got a million of these written down.
Get those ghost pepper or whatever, like hot sauce.
I'll just stick with water. I'd rather not be drunk and driving.
Actually,
That's your worries.
while you're all sat around the table at where is that again, Jacob? If you could
Buffalo Wild Wings.
there, and you're waiting for the entrees. Eliza, you get a text message on your FBI phone, your case assignment, like your agent phone, and you've seen it a few times before when you've gotten overworked to the point of you forgetting to check, but you get like a text message from like basically sort of the government IT department telling you that your inbox is full and you need to go in and clear it. Your FBI email address.
Okay, God. I'm gonna be answering emails for the next 50 years. She opens, like, she'll just open up the iPhone version of email and she'll just, like, start, like, looking, see if there's anything super important in there.
It's what greets you first is it's the same. The entire memory of the inbox is full, and it's every single email is the same subject line from the same email address, just the same email over and over, and there is a video file attached.
Oh.
Guys? Can you... I'm kind of afraid to even open this.
Yeah.
We might want to be in the car for this. Looks like it's gonna be bad. As she like kind of like scrolls down her email and they see the same subject line, the same video file attached like thousands of
to
times.
clarify, you would in order to access your FBI email, you would have to have like your laptop out to check.
Oh yeah, she'll do that on her laptop.
Because
And she's just scrolling.
The laptop is the only device that you have with
Yeah.
secure access. So
scrolling down
yeah,
her inbox.
Desmond reaches for one of the napkins on the table and writes, "Stepped outside to smoke. Be right back," and just lays it on the table.
Eliza.
Hopefully our food doesn't get cold.
okay.
Yeah.
And you
Closes the laptop quickly after that.
you pop out to check. So you head outside and open your laptop again, and presumably you play the video file.
Yeah, in the car.
It's camera footage, security camera footage. And it takes a moment for you to realise this is security camera footage of your bedroom, Eliza, at home. And you see your husband and your child both sort of lying in bed, and there's like a tickle fight going on, and the kid's laughing, and they're kind of, then it gets up and they're like play fighting a little bit, and then he scooches him out of the room, and there's a moment passes, and your ensuite bathroom door opens up, and from said bathroom, without a stitch on, emerges Ophelia Citree as she crosses your bedroom and puts on your nightgown and heads out the same door that your husband just left.
Eliza is just like, you know, like when a computer like blue screens and it just like doesn't do anything. Her brain is just not like working, and she's like when you see something so disturbing that you can't process it, and she's like,
As a matter of
just
fact,
quiet.
can you make a sanity check against helplessness, please?
Oh yes, wonderful. So great. So glad that I'm so good at sanity checks, Mark. I actually rolled a good old fashioned 95. So
That sounds about
I
right.
really
This
don't.
moment.
Yeah, definitely like a blue screen moment.
You
Realize.
lose 6 points of sanity. So we were talking
Great.
about, you were talking about blue screen,
Yeah.
and shutting down. It's 5 or more in one hit, which means you do
Yeah.
suffer a temporary insanity. And as you've already described it that way, we're going to go ahead and say you do indeed shut down. She is non-responsive. She just stares at the screen in front of her.
Desmond closes the laptop and looks directly at Kane. I told you, it's personal for all of us now. I
I would assume that similar things are happening to us.
Well, you know, the only way you guys are going to be able to stop this is by pulling it out root and stem from whatever is causing this. So let's find whoever's fucking doing this and let's kill them.
Desmond stares at you for a moment, and then he just opens the car door and gets out and shuts the door behind him and pulls out his phone and calls his wife.
There's a couple of rings, and then picks up. Where's your wife from, Desmond?
I imagine probably like Northern California, Oregon type vibe, Pacific Northwest.
Oh, hey. You enjoying your trip?
Yeah. I'm trying my best. I don't know if my son happened to call you, but I did twist my ankle a little bit. It is nothing that required serious medical attention, but I've been stuck in a shitty little renter room, and I managed to get out somewhere where I've actually got some serious signal. I just wanted to call you and update you and let you know that I'm okay, and just wanted to talk to you while I've got the chance.
Are you okay?
I'm a bit shook up. One of the things apparently that comes with doing this YouTube stuff is there's a lot of assholes, and people have been saying some really mean shit. And I'm doing my best not to take it to head, but man, 14-year-olds on the internet can write some really hurtful shit.
Just look. Don't get too attached to that stuff. You remember what Yogi said? Exhale crap and inhale the good stuff.
I would love to take another breath of that fresh, woody forest air, but currently I am smelling a lot of what even is this? It's like number 3 vanilla. I basically I love you and I miss you, and I'm probably gonna cut this short once I'm feeling better and head home.
Don't take this the wrong way, honey, but you're not an I love you person. What's wrong?
It's, I've been thinking a lot since I've been stuck on a couch or a bed, basically. I don't know, I worry sometimes that, you know, am I going to regret any of this stupid shit I do traipsing about in the woods? I feel they say that hurting yourself and panicking a bit will make you calm down and think about things and why am I still working? I'm 67. I just want to walk through the woods and hear you tell me about whatever fungus that you've discovered.
We can enjoy the fun ones. Just if you feel that way, then you need to come home. You don't need to be the one to carry the weight all the time. Doesn't have to be you. Doesn't have to be you, Desi.
You are once again right. I'm gonna be home soon. I think a few more days and I should be able to fly back, 'cause you know me, I'm not leaving the helicopter anywhere.
Well, I mean, there's that one time we left the chopper and most of our clothes. You know where?
I do. I am in a public place, sweetie. And I definitely have taken you off speakerphone.
Well, I'm not in a public place, so I'm gonna go enjoy that fact, and I will talk to you later. And she hangs up.
Desmond smiles.
Seems like your conversation was a lot better than Eliza's news.
Well, my wife seems okay, and did not imply that anybody was using their demonic powers to insert themselves into our relationship or will her to kill herself in a motel room. So I am pretty much at the top of the fucking world. Because that's
Right.
the only thing I could think about as soon as I saw that video. Is she still out?
I think so. Yeah, she's got the Windows off button.
Well, of course we can't just go fucking have Waffalo.
Yeah, we can.
Could you get it all to go? Could you just bring it to the car?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit with Eliza, and
yeah.
make sure she doesn't I don't know, get up and walk away. Get kidnapped by a fucking stranger phantom.
Yeah. Kane walks in there, then turns back around when he realizes that he doesn't have money to pay the bill because he's been like broken, like near homeless for like years. He got a card I can use.
Yes, Kane.
Steal Eliza's wallet off of her. He's having like a mental breakdown.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not.
Yeah,
that
he hands you he hands you 2 20s as well.
Okay.
You just give him a big ass tip. This was a real dick move on our part, but you know, shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I go in, pay for the food, ask it for it to go, order a beer before I leave. So they're sitting in the car a little bit longer as I'm waiting at the bar. And then grab the food, dip, leave them.
Yeah.
I actually don't leave them a tip. I pocket the 2 20s, and then I
Okay.
give them
Confirmed
like
evil.
I give them like two 50 cents.
Kane does
Or
all
like
of that with absolutely no one present to stop him, and heads back out to the group. You are now chaotic evil, so you want to mark that on your character sheet. Go ahead.
You're gonna have to unattune from your
You're gonna have to unattune from your holy avenger. You're now an oathbreaker.
Do get to do necrotic damage though.
I think when we call up the demon of thieves here, he's not gonna be too happy with Kane.
He's gonna give me back my $40. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Why'd you bring Kane to me?
You,
Sorry.
Desmond, you sort of escort Eliza to the car. Who?
Oh, we were already in the car, Mark.
Oh, that's right. You were in the car. Sorry,
Yeah, we were already
for
in
some
the
reason
car.
I was picturing.
We don't wanna
the
be-
car,
She
don't
was
I?
not getting up and going anywhere, so.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you wait for Kane to come back with the food, and then you head to where? It's about 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. now. By the time you've done, finding somewhere to eat and everything that's just occurred, you know that sundown is around 7:20, and that the visitors the close time for visitation hours, I should say, is around 6:45.
I guess we could all take a collective nap in the car.
At some point, Eliza switched from like blue screen to just like silently crying.
Yeah, that would, now that it's the end of that scene and we're moving on to the next one, that does that temporary effect does now end. So you're free to act once more.
She's crying, eating wings right now.
No, she's not eating yet. I don't think she's regained that much sense of self yet from this
The ice cream comes later.
Yeah, that's like
Ice
that's like
cream.
midnight. Listen, I know how this works. That's midnight.
I'm just imagining like Desmond sitting there, like looking through the photos of him and his wife. Eliza's like having a full-on like emotional breakdown in the passenger seat, and Kane's in the back eating wings like obnoxiously as hell. Just y'all want
Them
some?
good ass biled wings.
Yeah, it is.
They are pretty good.
Yeah, it is the wolf.
But okay, so I'm assuming you head to Dorchester House at this point. It's getting close to the end of visiting hours when Dallin has given you free run of the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna like start trying like the room 616 key card and the Barbas key card to like any keypad, like anywhere. Just see if something works with it. Or somewhere where I'm not supposed to be going.
We'll get you there first. So you arrive.
I was like, when do we get in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You arrive at Dorchester House, same security guard as the night before, Desmond, and he smiles and gives you a little nod as he lets you in, and you see out of the corner of your eye that he is now on to the Jersey Devil episode of the first season of The X-Files. So good for you.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, you get in there. Dallin is there to greet you in the lobby. Outstretched arms almost. Welcome, welcome. You have free reign. Visiting hours ended. And he looks at his watch. It's about 20 minutes to 7, so visiting hours ended 5 minutes. We might as well get a start on things now. Interestingly enough, I had a request from one of our patients to speak to you the next time you drop by. I didn't see a problem in allowing it.
Would it happen to be
Mr.
Mr. Wist?
That's uncanny. It is.
Good at guessing things, I suppose.
Guess that divorce style, but
Bro,
Can I punch Kane?
I'm saying that as me, not as my character.
can I punch Bryan?
No, I'm just kidding. We're not going there. But if he said it in character, I would have.
So it has some sense of like humanity.
Okay.
He just doesn't tip.
Okay. Fair.
So I mean, this is up to you. You can just do your search, or you can go see Whist, or what is it you want to do?
Go see Wists then?
Yeah, we can start with go see West.
Might as well stick together, yeah.
We're all in this.
Because we don't even know who he wanted to talk to. It's probably Kane. But
You
I do
head
like the
up
crazies.
to the 3rd floor. And down that long corridor towards West's cell, and he is sitting there on the edge of the bed once more, and with that book in his hand, he reaches over to his right, where there's a plastic chair, totally rounded edges. Chair designed for a room like the one Whist occupies for most of the hours of his day. And he kind of flips it around so its back is to you against the the perspex pane that divides, and sits, just takes the measure of the three of you. I'm happy to see you again.
Likewise. We didn't know you were a poet.
I have a way with words.
Yeah. It's beautiful in a way.
Well, I try. There's always something very interesting about people that make it into here. And he waves the little book that he's never seen without in front of you. My contacts on the outside, the people, I suppose you could say I keep them on retention, but I'm sure you knew that already. You tell me the most interesting things about the three of you.
What kind of things would that be, Ed?
The constant movement, multiple hotel rooms. You stay places and people turn up dead there the next day.
Just a coincidence, though.
Sounds a lot like the place where you live.
Okay, we're playing that game. Fine, fine. Tell you what. Because I know you've been seeing things more clearly since the last time we spoke. Some of you more than others. And he shoots a purposeful look towards you, Kane, when he says that.
I'm assuming you're talking about the play.
Play? I'm a poet, not a playwright, remember? Come on, keep up. And he turns through the narrow bars that line his window. You can see the sun beginning to set. Those of you that look down at your watches at this point see the time tick towards 7:19 p.m. And as it does, it ticks over, the sun dipping below the horizon and the orange light that bathed the Wist's room going dim, low now. He turns back to you. Something on his face has changed. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's unnerving. You all get a chill. Something's... It's the old saying, I walked over your grave. You feel a little lighter, all of you. Physically. You subconsciously check those of you that were wielding weapons which I believe are all of you, are no longer doing so. Empty holsters, bare pouches, and Whist walks forward now, kicks the chair out of the way, scatters, bang, across the room, hits the wall. His head tilted, his body language has changed from that of someone merely amused at the conversation that he was just engaged with to that of a predator, maybe? Or someone that knows he has the upper hand, the answers to the questions that you need answered. You're finally in the right place. Or maybe you've always been in the right place. Who knows? Do you know? Do you know any more? Right. I'm done now, you can take him away. The doors to the high security wing open. Orderlies come towards you. 8, 10 of them. And they begin to attempt to restrain you. All 3 of you.
Time for Eliza to shine.
Interesting. So they have chosen violence.
So they have.
Kane immediately drop kicks one of the orderlies.
Okay. And the one that comes at you all first is much bigger than the rest. Huge, brutish looking brick of a man. And he... Roll unarmed for me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's going to be a 45, so that's a success for me.
And you drop kick him.
Fuck yeah.
You run straight at the biggest guy and lift off the ground 2 feet. And you thud into him as if he were a brick wall. You hit the ground back first. Winded. Not enough to do damage here. But that didn't affect him almost as much as you wish it did.
Ah, nuts.
Oh, beans.
Wait.
And from beyond the perspex sheet now, the orderlies unlock Whist's room. And he steps out of the cell. A cat comes scurrying in and leaps up, and he just takes... It's funny who you lot think you are. Running around there. Outside. With your plastic badges and your plastic guns. You playing soldier? And he looks at you, Kane. And how about you two? Loyal dogs of the US government. I think you're going to be right at home here. Why don't you go with the nice orderlies now? Get a lay of the land. We're very happy to have you. And that is where we're going to end our session for the evening. Thanks everyone again for joining us, and until next time, have you seen the yellow sign? Good night.